we're on one firing line of active alcoholism. It's just I got to speak at a men's meeting last night that I hadn't been to in about 20 something years, 25 years. They forgot not to invite me again. Someone made a mistake. And you know, it's just pure grace that people are not drinking in the beginning. They're just there's just a wave of grace because we're totally outmatched and have no idea what the hell is going on, literally. Yeah. And so you get kept busy, you do things, you go to coffee, you do this, you do that, and then time passes and then things are revealed. Yeah, you start getting a little sense of what's actually going on underneath the surface. And then you may enter recovery. Yeah. But basically, the best you can hope for is just not drinking. Let's start with that and see what happens. So, yeah. We had an interesting part there yesterday because I used it today. Usually if you speak at a recovery meeting, they want you to pick a topic, yes, afterward. So there's a talk and then there's a discussion. It's like an hour meeting. Usually the talk goes for 25 meeting minutes, and then, an individual shares their what it was like, what it's like now, what happened and what it's like now. And then they open up the meeting for discussion, but usually they
You
ask
need to
you to
grab the
pick the
box.
topic. So I picked the topic, stop playing God. Yeah. Almost like a little experiment. So everyone who shared about stop playing God shared from the point that they were the one that was playing God. Everyone. It was amazing. Yes. So if it's you that's playing God, then it's you that has to stop playing God. Isn't that playing God? Yeah. Is there any relief for the you that believes it's the one that's playing God and then is confronted that playing God doesn't work? So now it tries to stop playing God, which is a form of playing God. Yeah. There's no there's no out in that in. There's no out. Yeah. So it was funny because I'm an old dude now and I've been there a while. I talk with some young people and I was telling them, listen, can I share my observation about quit playing God? Because it's a big thing in recovery. It's like it's a super big thing. It's the first in a linear program. So that means it's got a lot of importance. And if the first foot you stand on when hearing that is you're the one that's playing God, you're like behind the eight ball already. Yeah. Because then the only possibility is for you to stop playing God. That's the only possibility in this dualistic framework. Yeah. I'm doing something, I've got to stop doing something. Yes. That's it. And this is what surprises a lot of people who aren't alcoholics. They can't believe that you can't stop because there's the belief that you're doing it, and the belief they have if you're doing it is that you can stop doing it. That's the belief. It holds absolutely no water whatsoever when it comes to addiction. It has no validity. And when someone will say that to you, it's like, wow, I've never heard that before. Just stop. Of course, we've heard it before. We found it impossible to stop for some reason. So, but the reason why you go there is there's the belief that you're doing it. Yeah. So if there's a belief that you are the one playing God, there is no out of playing God. And therefore, it doesn't fucking work. Yeah. That's no place to start, really. Yeah. So I told them what happened with me. That's was the mental reaction. And I thought the mental reaction was my reaction at that time. I was no space between the mental reaction and my reaction. It was this, they were the same thing. So the mental reaction where I was sitting was, I got to stop doing something. And I knew I was outmatched. I did. Yeah. Because I didn't tell myself I was going to have a bad day. I was told that when I woke up. Yeah. I didn't even come up with that idea. I heard it like a radio was on while I was asleep. So I wasn't hearing it. When I woke up, I was hearing the radio. I had nothing to do with it. I heard the radio. And so, and it was forecasting how the day was going to be. And based on my faith or belief in it, it would produce a mental anxiety even before I got up. Yeah. So the conundrum is, it was a good experiment because these people were earnest, they were sober, yeah, yet they had a difficult time seeing that they were not the doer of the most primary thing that you have to stop doing, which is playing God. I mean, it's hard enough, really. Why? It's sort of like the incline is steep enough. You're just making it steeper. Yeah. So the same to me, non-duality lent itself to this recognition. I had not heard non-duality before the recognition, but when I heard non-duality, it really fit right into the momentum of non-duality. Yes? Yeah. Because it was an innocent reaction that that which was playing God was me, which is not the case. Yes? How many more innocent reactions are completely off that you're listening to? Yeah. Try not to listen to it when it's all about you and you're held as the doer of it. It can be very difficult. You're going to have a heavy drink. You're going to have to take 2 sleeping pills. Yeah. You're going to have to eat at least 8 ounces of cake to sort of make yourself unconscious. Because in that situation, it's in a way seemingly hopeless. Really, it is. If if the beginning of the program of recovery starts with first, you got to quit playing God, and you fail at that immediately, what else can you expect as you go on? Yeah, I just tripped over the first. Yeah, I got 12 more things I'm going to be saying. I've already tripped over the first one. Yeah. So this is not about, and we were talking about self-aware and awareness of self as being quite different. Yeah. So many of us are self-aware extremely, but that does not lend to being aware of self. It doesn't. Yeah. What does lend it to that is maybe hearing about non-duality. And then, yes, there'll be so much evidence of the self-awareness, it'll be easy to see when you're aware of self. Yeah, you'll see it. All you need is this little primer. To me, it was non-duality, actually. Yeah, recovery was a main engine and motor, but I needed a primer to go a certain way. Yeah. And that primer was non-duality or the grace of hearing non-duality. Yeah. And it informed me my inclinations and my suspicions were right. That the reality that I am is not the thing that's being produced in the head right now. The reality that I am has absolutely nothing to do with that what is being produced in the head right now. Yeah. Hence, what's produced in the head is an unreality. Yeah. And being ourselves reality, the greatest reminder of being ourselves reality here is seeing what doesn't take itself to be reality. It takes itself to be you, and you're real, but it doesn't ever say you're reality, does it? It says you're Paul, you're Kathleen, your mic, it doesn't say reality. We assume we're in a reality, yeah, as Mike, Paul, and Kathleen. But very rarely does it have a feeling that it's saying, I am reality. Yeah. But this is the statement of non duality. Being, which means you're not doing it, obviously, you're being it. Doing would be a disservice if you're being something. Trying to do yourself into that which you're being is a big disservice. Yeah. So in this case, being ourselves reality, okay, if I'm reality, then what am I seeing all day? Unreality. The basis of this dualistic projection, yes? Being ourselves reality, we can see the unreality. What's going to help you see it is non-duality, I feel. Yeah? Because you're not going to get so interested in what you see because you'll see it's not you. Yeah? It won't create tons of rabbit holes. It won't. You'll just see it's not you. And that's enough. That's more than enough. Yeah. Being ourselves reality. So the race doesn't even have to be run. We are that. We just see what we're not. We become aware of what we're not. And we greet it as such. I'm not that. This is the message encapsulated. Yeah. If, all right, you had a test and you had 8 realities sitting there, and you said, all right, there's one of them that's being itself reality. Okay. All the other things would watch all these events and efforts and strivings and desires arise because it's trying to become reality. Yeah. You could say to that, I'm not that. Yes. The being ourselves reality would be still. Yes. Because all of the fireworks haven't changed or swayed its recognition of being ourselves reality. So while that may not be completely in place, see what arises, see how the birds of the coop take off when there's the statement being ourselves reality. Yeah? Because they're still searching and looking and trying and da da da. And you can see them, and by seeing them or being aware of them, there's a recognition. I'm not that. That's all. Yeah. So you don't arrive at where you are, you fall into it, really. You fall into where you are by seeing what you're not. Yeah. Yeah. Mm. And then there's another statement in this meeting that I've come to another conclusion about the idea of being completely encased in the idea that you're the doer of whatever's happened through you, no matter what. Whatever has happened through you, you are the doer thereof. Yeah. And then in our book of recovery, they talk about, sorry, I'm just into recovery today. Just was with someone at dinner, lunch and everything. So attention is sorely needed to this fucking epidemic of mental addiction. It is. It's just like fucking swirling around. Incredible. So, so there's a statement that we have. It's promises that are the effects of being in the program to a certain point of the steps, the 12 steps, and it's around this ninth step, which is making amends. So it says, you will not regret the past nor shut the door on it. Now, I was looking at that and going, if you completely encased in the idea of being the doer and you did what was done through me when I was out there, and you can now look back on it and not regret it, you're a psychopath. Really. You can't have any conscience at all because a lot of shit was quite regrettable. that happened while you were under the influence. This isn't about holding on to the doership and giving yourself a pretty free pass. It's recognizing that you were driven, you were not the driver. Yeah. And you're driven right now and you're not the driver. There has not been one point that you have been the driver here. Yes, you have been driven constantly. And in a weird way, this dreaming mimics the facts of the dreaming, and that wet dream of the automobile industry of the self-driving car. We're a perfect example of a car that's been driven by self. Alcoholics and addicts. We were self-driven. completely, completely self-driven car before Musk ever even thought about it. Yeah. We should tell them what's going to happen with the self-driven. It's not going to be what you think with the self-driving car. You need some adult supervision. So this isn't about holding on to the doership and just making up a story that you're completely forgived about all that you've done. This is seeing there is not a doer thereof. That's all. Yeah. And I'll tell you, it's best to live in the action figure space, taking yourself to be a doer and just do fucking less shit, less harm and stuff like that. The philosophy of non-duality is not that helpful to the action figure. It's going to believe it's a doer no matter what. It is. Yes, you're not changing the programming of the action figure. You're being relieved of the adhesion to that program. Yes, that's all. The program is built to see everything as you're the doer, they're the doer, God's the doer. It says it will never leave a doing alone without adding a doer somewhere. Yeah, that's not probably going to change. What happens is you lose interest in that whole structure. That's all. Yeah. If you were doing crazy shit, the head would come up with this non-duality idea. Oh, I'm not the doer of it, in a way of trying to give yourself permission to get away with shit. It never fucking works. It never works. It's best to live a simple life, really, and don't get the action figure too agitated, because your great hold on your philosophy may not be that strong of a hold. Yeah, if you start acting out, the philosophy is going to go out the window. So if you have a troublesome action figure, first things first in the dreaming, get that fucking set up. Then you can be luxuriating in Hawaii and entertaining non-duality. You can be getting a suntan and everything can be working for us. Yes. But the action figure sitting around saying it's not an action figure isn't changing a fucking thing. It isn't. It doesn't. It's not self-applicable. The self cannot apply it to itself. The self cannot apply the no self to itself. It doesn't work. Yeah. You see it from a different position because the one we're looking from is manufactured. It's only mentally devised, mentally reinforced, and mentally funded with a lot of interest and attention and belief that it doesn't deserve. Yes. When some of that finances get withdrawn, you see it. You see the emperor has no clothes. Yeah. You would wish the action figure would get it, but I don't think you should wait for that. I think you should just go on without its consent or whatever. Yeah. Because I truly don't believe this is AI or it has any ability to outgrow the programming it represents. I just don't. So once an action figure, always an action figure, never an action figure. So that's where I see it today, anyway. So it's just the surface the surface currents are very agitated, yes? Alcoholism and addiction is really stirred up at the moment, really. In a way, it's almost a hopeless battle because you can't see what's going to be introduced to it and change everything. Yeah, you can only sense that and feel it and do the best you can. Yeah, so we're sending our friend to New Jersey at the dead of winter. I told him just to wear sandals and some shorts. He'll get a lot of attention. And he's going to go into a 28-day treatment. I think it's necessary. And I hope, being immersed in it, he'll maybe start seeing what is defeating him. Yeah, yeah. So let's hope so. So he leaves tomorrow. But yeah, so this message is if you don't get it, that's part of the message. Yeah. The sharing of the message, receiving and giving and the whole thing, it comes along with the frustration of not getting it and not understanding it, which has great value because if what you keep relying on was truly reliable, it would never break. But because it's unreliable, there'll be a moment in time where you'll see that and you'll realize, thank God it was it was pressured to that point where it broke and you saw its inability to be useful in this certain topic, yes, of being what you are. So you're not going to get it. I don't know what this guy's talking about. That's what happens. Yeah. And then maybe it's me or someone else, but if you stick with the situation, I think it's going to be quite rewarding because you're going to break through those things. Yeah. And you'll have a great relief from that incessant need to be relieved, It's you're going to have a relief not as Paul, but from Paul. And it'll be very clear it's from Paul. Yes. There'll be no fingerprints of Paul on it at all. Yes. And then you can see, the maintenance of, let's say, spirit is different than the maintenance of the vehicle. Yeah. Yes. The maintenance of the vehicle may take a lot more heavy lifting than the maintenance of the spirit because the spirit is being itself reality. Yes. So there's not much you need to add to that. Now, the action figure, as my Zen friend said, I love it. He says, trying to delay impermanence. Yeah. So he's telling me to take these herbs and shit so I live longer. And he's saying the whole point in this is is to delay impermanence. I sort of like that. You just put the impermanence off for a little longer, but inevitably the impermanence will win out. I thought it was pretty good. So he was trying to convince me I'm still useful. I want you to stick around, Paul. So I'm coming over here and giving you these herbs and shit. We're gonna stall and delay your impermanence. That's okay. Yeah. So, uh, if you have any questions, or you want to go entertain any ideas that we entertain here, step forward and present it to us. Yeah. Everyone's enjoying themselves. Oh, we have Mike Clark from Mexico.
Hold on, Mike. Let me unmute you. Where'd you go?
He's right there. I see him.
Oh, I see him. Okay. There you go, Mike. Can you unmute?
Who can blame you, really?
Yes, there he goes.
There you go.
We heard you from Who Can Blame You?
I said you're not allowing me to unmute, and who can blame you, really? Think about
No, I thought you were on permanent mute.
it.
I gotta look at the app.
Those were the days.
I gotta see that up in the corner after the meeting. I have a list of who to keep on permanent mute. We haven't seen one of those people lately.
Yeah, the permanent mute guys. Well, comes and goes.
They got the message.
I guess.
Yeah.
I kind of liked them, but whatever.
Oh, they'll be back.
They'll be back. I just wanted to say something that seems to be showing up regularly. You mentioned the word grace.
Yes.
And I don't know if grace, as we all understood it, is part of losing interest, but it certainly feels that way to me, because I didn't deliberately try to lose interest in the stuff that I'd been doing. I didn't decide to stop playing God. I didn't, there was nothing involved. There was nothing voluntary about it. You know what I mean? There was nothing that I had intended to do or accomplished or anything else. So I don't know how to describe it, except that I left the door open, I guess, or something, or something. I mean,
it left the door open. Yeah, it left the door open.
And the grace walked in. I don't really care what, to describe it or define it or, go into all the details of it or whatever, or get into how it happened or why it happened. But I can tell you there's an involuntary part of it that is amazing to me and it continues to amaze me.
Yeah, yes.
In a way. So in fact, the involuntary part of it is the bigger part of it, probably. Because what I'd been doing voluntarily for all those years definitely wasn't working. So anyway, I just you mentioned the word grace, and it just feels like that's part of the whole process every day in a way, I guess.
Yes, I feel that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But see, the failure is the way to be bounced to the value. Yeah. It's just see, if things are projected in a dualistic manner, then when things get undone, they're projected getting undone in a dualistic manner.
Yeah, you define it in the way you understood it.
Yeah. So there's great faith in these vehicles to arrive somewhere. They always fail because you haven't left.
Right.
Yes,
right.
They're perfect.
They have no role to play, really.
If you needed to arrive somewhere, people have worked for thousands of hours and years how to arrive.
Yeah.
They just missed the point on having never left.
Right.
So, and that point is missed quite easily. So the way that point, it doesn't start on having never left. It's the failure to arrive that primes you on having never left. Yes. So it's a dualistic, like, of course, in this projecting, everything is going to seem to be dualistic. So this is what happens. The failure to arrive brings you to the point on having never left. Most people do not start at that point. They start at a large amount of attempts to arrive, and then they fail, which just promotes more attempts to arrive, and so on and so forth, until if the grace trips them with non-duality, they fall down and they realize on having never left. But with them trying to fly every day and to get up, the mentor was in that solution, in a way, to appear dualistically, there's a failure and then success. That's how it works. Yes. So what you thought was going to bring about success fails, and then there's the great solution to it. Because you can't arrive at where you already are. Nothing else says that but non-duality that I've run into. Nothing says the reason why you failed is because you never left. You can't arrive to where you already are. Yeah. Most of the stuff was you didn't do enough. You got to go somewhere else, a different continent. First, you got a lot more purification to go through. And all this stuff is just way on piles and piles of more and more and more. Yeah. And if you have a lot of time in life, it's a great occupation, man. I would, if I had a choice of being an occupation, would be a rich spiritual seeker. I could go to festivals every other month, get blissed out constantly, and when I got a little bummed out, just go to another festival. There's lots of feet I can kiss, a lot of statues I can go around 108. I just need some cash in my wallet. I'll be there. Didn't I see him at that other guy's place? Yeah, yeah. You'd be blissed out as much as you possibly could. Yes? I knew a guy like that. He just flew everywhere. Came from a rich family. I said, fuck, what a life. Yeah. What, overdosing on bliss every 3 weeks? Fucking getting holy water put on him, fucking dunked in the Ganges, tons of shit. Yeah. Sounded great. Yeah. Had a lot of frequent flyer miles. So, so, so most people cannot get on having never left. They have to go through failed arrivals. That's the way it rolls here in most cases. Yes, isn't it? Most people that are in non-duality have been seeking spiritually for many, many years. Most people. Yes, because in a weird way, non-duality is still on the spiritual shelf, like in the global bookstore, which it isn't. It's not a spiritual path. Yeah. So most people that come to non-duality and are primed to get it somewhat, if you want to call it getting it, have gone through looking for it for quite a while. It just goes with the package deal. Yeah. You're going to get a lot of misunderstanding, a lot of failure, a lot of this, a lot of that, and then hopefully the grace will break through. Yeah. And the grace will withstand the review of mental logic. Yeah. It will override the review of mental logic because you have lost faith in your own fucking logic because it's not your logic. It's insane, literally. Yeah. And then the grace, the dams that are keeping the grace back will be flooded. Yes. Yeah. And then without having to buy another ticket, you get upon having never left. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Just the way it rolls here, seemingly. Yeah. So you can't sit somebody down and start with there is no world. It's probably not going to work. I saw it happen in Course of Miracles. The whole audience left in the afternoon. They presented it. First, there is no world. People like, what? What am I to do here? So they went to lunch and never came back. It made a big impression on me. Yeah, and I said, that's not the way you're going to get a message through the people. Yeah. You don't want to be negative you want to be, it's negation. It's not negative. It's negation. Yeah. Negation is different. You first describe the affirmation of what we're not, and by describing it sufficiently, then the negation is the next whack, and then something occurs. Yes, you can't start with there is no world right away. It usually doesn't work. Yeah, like Jesus supposedly when he did that, you're in this world, he gave you that, but you're not of this world. Yeah, and so if he said something further and it was written, it would have probably been describing what it's like to be in the world. Yeah, which would produce a sense of comparison of what it would not be like. Yeah. To be, what it would be like to be out of this world. So he set it up perfectly. Yeah. So you're in this world. We're going to get back to that, but you're not of this world. And all right, this is what it looks like to be in the world. Okay. And you're not of the world. Beautiful, right? Perfect package. There you go. Because most it's really relying on that you have failed enough or there's been enough failure in your life that you can actually see the value in failing. Yeah. Yes. I like we said, we can have two guys standing right here, two women standing right here. They're going to say the exact same thing, but the emphasis is completely different. The spiritual seeker saying, I'm never going to get it. He's like pulling his hair out. He's super fucking pissed. He feels like he's been cheated. And then the other person that have sort of understood non-duality says, I'm never going to get it. And it's a hallelujah. Yeah. It's the same statement, but it's completely different how it's held. Yeah. So hallelujah for you're never going to get it. And I mean, really, really, you're never going to get it. The head that expires is going to still expire as being a head. The little voice box isn't going to suddenly get a new tape for the last second. I don't think so. Yeah. But there'll be a knowing. Yeah, you're not obviously this thing that came and went or comes and goes. Yeah. You may for a second have forgotten that you're the hand that's in the glove. And then you're just waiting out the glove, the demise of the glove to get back to being the hand. Yeah. Yeah. Can't 80 years seem like nothing? Because time is manufactured, it's made up. Yeah. Like that. Your whole life can seem like that, nothing. Yes. So I think there's a joy in it, really. It relieves you of so much. Didn't your head have a demand? Wasn't it terrible to hear about awakening with the idea that you weren't? And all right, got another fucking assignment. I got to wake up. That's what they're telling me. And then enlightenment was the killer, really. Because the mental reaction to enlightenment goes completely contrary to one of the definitions of it, which is the cessation of all suffering. The head entertaining enlightenment produces suffering. That should be enough to throw out the head's role of things. Yes. An awakening people would have been so much better off if they never heard that word. It's like a woman who doesn't know if she's pregnant or not. They have that thing, and he gets a blue or a red or something. People are having their own spiritual thermometer. Am I awake or not? They're trying to. Who's? I need some authority here. Tell me, am I? And then you're awake until you do something stupid. Then you're not awake anymore. It's like God takes it away from you. Fuck. Now you got to earn it doubly. You got to do more. Yeah. Uh, enough shit going on. You want to have a concrete sense of being still. That's not moved by anything else that moves everything else. It's not moved. Yeah. Yeah. Just something that you can rest your freezing, crazy head on. Yeah. And find peace in the moments that are available. Yeah. So I feel like this was the end of the line in this life. I heard the message. I think I did what I was supposed to do, was entertain it. Yeah, I did. I entertained it. Uh, where I would have put a period, it didn't. Where I would put an exclamation point, it didn't. It changed the whole cadence of what was being noticed and stuff, and it brought me to a halt in a lot of situations that never have started up again. It's amazing. Just, I've been paying the electricity every month for this place that's not even well lit, and then that was canceled. And then diverting all this, that was canceled. You know what I mean? Heating an empty house, that was fucking canceled. So I find myself completely here in Novato. That's what blows my mind. When I was younger, this would be the last place I wanted to be. Anywhere where I was the last place I wanted to be, basically. Now I've completely surrendered to being a Novatoan. You're just here completely. If my completeness being here was weight, you could never lift me up. I would be fucking like a super rock stuck in Novato. Not being fooled by this or that. Just these things don't move my head at all. These things don't move my head. I see this part and then I lose it. There's no, no. It's just shoot, 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 shoot. No. The head goes, looks back like my dog does to make sure I'm following it. And the head's so pissed off because it wants to go on a long walk, but I don't follow it. So it has to go back in the house and try to convince me again. Uh, uh, it's funny. Yeah. I wish I knew what it was like what is the normal way that you would feel like if you're a person getting older. I'd like to know, really, because I have nothing to measure what happens here. And some of the level of hallucinations I'm having, I'm concerned with that I could be feeling so much uh, from a sinus problem. It's like worlds are colliding. Just, I got in the car last night to drive to this meeting. The person behind me was just putting on their lights. It was super dark, putting on the lights on and off. And I was concerned, but as soon as I saw it wasn't a cop, I wasn't concerned. I was driving without any light on for quite a while on this road. And as soon as we got to the being an old dude, as soon as we got to the entrance of the freeway, that person flew by me as fast as he could. The one that had been behind me, he just flew by me. And I noticed, wow, the lights have been on. Turn them on. Oh, it's funny. I can see a decline in cognitive capability. Yeah. I think we're going to have a GoFundMe for me. I just want to buy an acre plot just with grass. And then the fences have like little rubber things so when I run into it, I won't get hurt much. And just have a shepherd to watch me do maybe 6-hour shifts. 4 shepherds a day. Just let me roam around. You'll probably see me standing there looking at something for a couple hours. Yeah. Don't put it in the Zen Bitch Slap news that the Zen Bitch Slap has gone completely fucking berserk. Isn't this an old video? I think I've seen him wear that shirt 5 years ago. We'll try to fool everyone. No, Paul was set out to pasture 5 years ago. 2025, he was set out to pasture. Kathleen ran the ranch, got the people to come and do the 6 hour. He's still okay, don't worry. He likes donkeys. He really likes donkeys. We're concerned about that because they could kick him, but that's about it. uh, Madness ensues. Yeah. So, any questions? Not. I'm happy, so happy to see people. I'm so happy to see Zoe. Life hasn't been giving me enough live Zoe, so, but it's a pleasure to see her. Kerry, I had more. I've seen him more in a. Haven't seen him alive in a few years. I miss that. Michael Stacy, every once in a while, he graces me with his presence. Kathleen, I've seen her. Mike Clark, still Mexico is that moment is still it's okay, but I may need to see you sooner or later. Stephen Mack on having never left. Yes. We got Mike G, Susan Harris, Vimal, Arjuna. Yes. Ernie, just a little willingness, Ernie. That's all it is. Just come here, put your headphones on. Don't have to understand a thing. There's a there's a transfer of stuff happening. Yes, there is. There's no central bank. It's coming off from anywhere, but there's a transfer of stuff. Yeah, and when it's first placed, you may not notice, but there'll be a noticing of it. Yeah, and I hope you'll notice after a while you're traveling lighter, whatever the main topic of your life is. And yeah, there you go. Yeah. You'll have a great effect, but there won't be many footprints, but there'll be a great effect. It's very nice. Yeah. So Kathleen will be running the GoFundMe, An Acre of Heaven, with rubber fences. There you go. Michael Stacy, I know, will visit me every month. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. I like the granola, that one granola. Yeah, I'll tell you. I'll tell you what I really like. Bring it. I won't bite you. Just put some granola in your hand. I'll eat out of your hand. Remember, you're not that. It's awesome. All right, Alan Olson. Yes. Alan Olson, I'm gonna have a picture of you and your brother in the stall where I have to sleep at night. Yeah. The hay. My friends that never gonna get it. There they are. Alan Olson being the representation of never getting it. Fantastic. You're very important in this whole thing, Alan. You are extremely. All right. Well, thank you for letting the ramblings continue. I think I'll end soon. If not, if you have any questions or shares, jump in. Uh, Michael Stacy, my hat's off to you all the time. You know I care for you a lot, Michael. I'm in your corner. Yes. Kerry, as always, yes. Kathleen, much appreciated. Mike Clark, much appreciated. Annette, very much appreciated. Annette has taken the burdens of all the people in Queens, Long Island, and you're burning out all their karma, Annette. You are a giant bonfire. Yes, so you have a big purpose. Just hold it together as best you can. Yes, all those queen housewives. Yes, it's all there. Yeah. Stephen Mack, got you already. Mike G, I see a vague cross in the back of Mike G's thing. Where is that? Oh, it's the fan. I'm taking it to be a religious uh, a manifestation. Right on your right shoulder is a fan. It looks like a cross up there. I'm taking it to be a cross. Ernie, that's a one large whatever it is, closet. I don't know what the hell. Where are you, Ernie? Are you in like a new morgue? Are there bodies inside those things?
I'm in the kitchen, Paul.
Kitchen. That's awesome. What is that? Is that your refrigerator behind you? No.
It's a electrical outlet.
Wow. All right. We'll have to do a tour. Not right now. It's
Yeah,
okay.
you have to come to Perth and visit.
Earth.
Yeah.
Yes, Earth. I've been there a few times. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm in my second nationality is Australian.
Right, well, which would work for me. I'll be back. I'm
I
back
know.
from a trip
Yeah.
on the 16th of February, and I'll be home.
Oh, someone's talking
Well,
to.
I've got
Well, listen, Ernie, I hope, things work out and we get to see each other live. I'm sure you'll be disappointed. Yeah. But I may look better live than I do now. Yes. Yeah. All
Hey,
right.
Paul. Hey, Paul. Mike G has his hand up. Let me
Mike
ask him
G.
to
Yes.
unmute.
Mike G is
What?
experiencing the stigmata.
What's
Yeah.
up?
Let
What's
me
up,
see
Dick?
those wrists there.
They're good.
All
They're
right.
good.
Good.
Not
All
yet.
right.
Not yet.
Not yet. You're
Yeah.
hoping.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I was just thinking on your 1 acre, maybe instead of shepherds, you could have like some Australian shepherds or some sheepdogs. That way, if there's a breach in the fence or anything, that
Yes.
way they can herd you back in.
That's true. I'm known to try to escape. I have been known to try to escape. I may need that. Yes. Let's send that to Kathleen. Kathleen, some Australian cattle dogs may be helpful. Yeah. We'll see. I don't need much, just a little land. I just need to be able to roam a little bit. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Mike, for that. Yes, we'll
Right
put
on,
that,
brother.
we'll
Thank
put
you,
the cat
man.
we'll put the
Cheers.
cattle dog idea up. Yeah.
Thank
Oh,
you,
you're welcome.
dude.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It gets funnier and funnier every freaking day. Yeah. People are really flipping out about what's going on. But in one sense, there's great value in it because it's stretching. It's becoming very difficult to believe this is a real place because of how insane shit's getting. Yeah, it's and this is the dreaming of every movie. Every movie gets its idea from this dreaming. Remember in the Nazis, they had the greatest outfits. Yeah. I don't think one wardrobe director has ever gotten close to those long trench coats, leather with the skull and crossbones and the lightning bolts and it's fucking unbelievable. Yes. And so this this is dreaming and a dreaming and a dreaming. And it's getting weird. It's getting stretched a lot. Yeah. Yeah. It's a trip. So, okay, thank you, Michael. Yeah. And Susan Harris, as always. I don't know where the hell you are now, Susan. You're Cape Cod, Washington, D.C.
No, I'm in Sonoma.
Oh, you're in Sonoma. All right, you're
Yeah.
close. Oh, all right.
Right.
Hari is on a bicycle, I hope, or an outdoor treadmaster. That's some outfit, honey. Yeah. Right. Vimal and Arjuna. They're in Perth. Nice to see both of you. Yes. We got Zoe. We got everyone else. Hey, we'll be back soon, I hope. What's tomorrow? And yeah.
Paul, when's your birthday?
Tomorrow is the birthday.
Ah,
It's the
I had
birthday
a
of the
feeling
action
it was
figure.
coming.
You know, I have to
Oh.
say it because Amelia keeps adding like 4 more years to my age every time she talks to anyone about it. I have to correct her. She's got this tendency. Yeah. So yes, it's January 21st. That's funny because I got sober March 21st and Amelia was born June 21st. So the 2-1 number is a big number. Yeah. And usually I go through something just before the birthday. Like something tries to kill me. Since I turned 60, I've noticed it. So it's been a while now. Something tries to kill me before I get the January 21st. So I just had a sinus event that's been trippy. So yeah, I'm survived for another one, I think. I'm not there yet, but yes.
Did you give up on that, the thing I sent you for the nose, for the sinuses?
I can't use those things because they can't go all the way through.
Uh,
Yeah. I can't use a neti because the water gets stuck in the sinuses. I have
Because I
a,
was adding, I sent you the tea tree oil and the oil of oregano with it. They have,
oh
but is that a
yes.
good for killing the bacteria? If you
Yeah,
can
you
put
know
that
what I
in.
usually do? I just weather through it, you know? I just shoot a
Yeah.
little bit of cocaine and then just I seem to forget about it for a while. Comes back. No, no, it's really weird. Uh I usually end up doing nothing, yeah, and I just feel my way through it and stuff. Because sometimes I don't like the effects of when you try to change something, even with the oregano. Definitely with like sinus medication, I do not like when it dries up the histamine and stuff. It's doesn't work for me. So no, I just joke about it. It's the way it works. And yeah, Mia's showing me. I'm into these fisherman menthol lodges. I ordered some more too.
You did? Okay.
Yeah, they're like 4 times menthol. They're like huge menthol bomb. They're the strongest ones I found. Yeah, it's okay. It's just part of living. Yeah. I don't share it to get too many responses. It's just the fun of it all. Yeah. Yeah. There's the action figure lives on a precarious wire. Yes. Any little thing. I was suddenly moved to sand this coffee table I was working on. I didn't put the mask on. The sand shit got in there. Then I used the Varathane, got in there, and the sinus went over its adaptability line. Yeah. Once again, it was but I wasn't even planning on doing anything. I just saw the wood, I got the sander, and I started sanding. And then it was working so well, just got the brush and put the Varathane on it. There was no thought whatsoever in the whole process. Yeah. So, all right. Hey, thanks everyone. Really, thank you very much. You don't know how much joy you bring me. To be able to sing, whatever song needs to come out. It's important. I don't know if I could deal with this place if I couldn't sing about it. Yeah, really. So thank you. Thank you very much.
Happy
Everyone,
birthday tomorrow, Paul.
Thank you.
Enjoy
Happy
your
birthday.
birthday tomorrow until we see you.
Yes, yes, yes. Well, see you guys tomorrow. Or hopefully some of you.
Oh, the project show and then I.
We'll see you tomorrow, Paul.
All right. See you guys.
Thanks. Thank you, dude.
Happy